There's two different types of USDA residential loans. There's the guaranteed, which is made by a lender like us, and then there's the direct program.
Is there any restriction as to who these people are? Like, do they have to be brothers, sisters? Do they have to be husband, wife? Does it have to be husband, wife, and kids? Can it be cousins?
So it doesn't matter who lives in the house, but they do take into account everybody that lives in the house, their income. The total household income cannot exceed that limit for the county.
What type of properties would you say that are considered rural?
Could be, a tract of land, could be 5 acres from a house. Like I said, it has to be single family. It cannot be a multifamily.
Hi, everybody. Jose Luis Morales here. Welcome back to another episode of the Residual Real Estate Agent Show. Today we have Angelo Christian here with us today. He is a USDA specialist and a mortgage broker based out of Florida and Texas. For a long time, I thought that the VA loan was one of the very few products where you can buy a purchase with 0% down. A USDA is another option. And today, Angelo is going to be explaining that to us. Welcome to the show, Angelo. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing good, Jose. How are you?
Doing good, man. So I'm excited to learn about this just because I think that it's somebody that not a lot of people talk about. And I also think that it's a great product for a lot of people. So if you wouldn't mind just starting off with who is Angelo Christian and how did you get involved in this wonderful world of real estate? And then you can transition over to the what is a USDA loan product as well, too.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Jose, for having us on the show. Like Jose said, my name is Angelo Christian. I've been in the lending industry for over 2 decades. We lend nationwide, commercial, residential, private loans, and USDA is one of our specialties. It's an awesome program. And how I kind of found out about it is because I used to help a lot of customers that didn't have a lot of money for down payment. And I cut my teeth on it like early in the 2000s, like 2006. I stumbled upon it by accident because the person I was trying to qualify couldn't do FHA because they didn't have the 3.5 down. So the USDA is a very interesting program. It's available nationwide. It's not like USDA where they stamp your meat for certification. There's a whole residential side to it too. There's even agriculture, so farming for USDA. But this one specifically that we're talking about is for residential. There's 2 different types of USDA residential loans. There's the guaranteed, which is made by a lender like us, and then there's the direct program. The direct program is actually made through the federal government directly, where consumers can go directly to the United States Department of Agriculture to get their loan, and that's usually for people that are below the median income for their zip code or for their county. The guaranteed loan is for people that have a higher income than below the median income. There's still income requirements for the guaranteed loan. But an approved USDA lender can make that USDA loan to the borrower and have it backed by the Department of USDA. Basically, in a nutshell, what it is, it's an awesome program. Offers 100% financing for all your closing costs into it. Okay, but the purpose behind it is to spur the economic growth and development of rural areas. Okay, so you cannot use this loan in LA. Okay. So yeah, you can use it in Bakersfield, right? Because Bakersfield is different than Los Angeles, right? So like you can't use this loan in Miami, right? But you can use it on the outskirts of Miami in a rural area, right? So the thing is that there's a map on the United States website, and we can provide those links to you. It's an online digital map where you can plug in an address and it'll tell you if the property is approved or not. Okay. So location matters. The other thing is there's income requirements. Okay, so there's certain income requirements depending on how many people live in the home. Usually, if it's 3 people or less, the income has to be under like $85,000 a year. If it's 5 people or more, the income can go up to like $120K a year. So you can't be a millionaire and get this loan. Okay, because if the government's backing the loan, they want people to have a certain income within these thresholds. All right. So that's the meat of it, the main requirements. It's for single family homes only. It's not for duplexes or multifamily. And then, credit requirements, they like to see, ideally a 640 or higher credit score. You have to be able to verify your income with your tax returns for the last 2 years. And the maximum debt ratio that you can have is 45%. So it kind of similar to a conventional loan with the underwriting. They want, clean credit. It doesn't have to be immaculate like conventional, but it's not as liberal as FHA on the credit. They're a little bit more strict because the person's not putting any money down. Okay. But yeah, I mean, you can literally get a loan, 100% financing, low mortgage rate. And if you qualify, it's really a no-brainer. It makes a lot of sense to do it.
Yeah, it's funny because the first time I heard about this loan was actually via TikTok. Somebody said, "Hey, look, you want to get 100% financing?" They're like, "There's this USDA product." And before that, I had been in the real estate industry for 10 plus years and I had no idea what a USDA loan. So, if I'm hearing you correctly, there's actually a link that you're going to provide us. You wouldn't happen to know the website to that link by any chance? That way we can drop it in. And then as long as you plug in the address, that'll tell you if it qualifies for a USDA loan, basically, because it'll tell you if that area is considered rural.
That's right. That's right. It's a government website. I mean, I can give it to you now, or you can just put it in the video. It's kind of long because it's the government. It's basically, USDA.gov //, but it'll take you to all of the requirements for the income, the location. It's a real-time digital map. So you just, like I said, just type in the address and it'll tell you yes or no. Okay. You don't have to go search yourself like a real map. So, I'll send you over the link to it. Yeah. And then, yeah, if you guys want funding for it, we offer the program. You can call or text our office anytime, 832-431-6331. We actually make this loan, nationwide to people all over the country. I've been doing it for 20 years now.
I love it. And you know what's funny? I'm thinking about it even from a listing agent perspective. There's some areas in Ventura County that I would consider rural. Obviously, I'd have to go on the map and see if they qualify. But I'm thinking even as a listing agent to kind of help spread the awareness, especially with the marketplace transitioning, that before we put a property on the MLS, we could actually put property qualifies potentially for USDA product as long as we verify on that map that it says that they do qualify, and that'll increase the chances of us being able to find a buyer. So you said that there's a people requirement, like, so for example, if 3 people or less, potentially $85,000. Obviously, if we go on that website, we can get the exact requirements. Is there any restriction as to who these people are? Like, do they have to be brothers, sisters? Do they have to be husband, wife? Does it have to be husband, wife, and kids? Can it be cousins? Any restrictions as it relates to that?
Yes. So again, because the loan is designed for the middle class, they're going to take into account everyone that lives in the home, what their total income is. So let's say that husband and wife make $200,000 a year combined. You can't say, well, I'll just take the husband off the loan. I'm just going to do the loan under me, because they take into account all the income in the house. And if that income's over the county limit, you're not going to be eligible for a USDA loan. Okay. So, there are income requirements, but it doesn't matter who lives in the house, but they do take into account everybody that lives in the house, their income, and the total household income cannot exceed that limit for the county.
So generally, it would be like a husband and wife, and if they have any adult kids, basically. But if the adult kids are off to college, it wouldn't affect them because the kids no longer reside at the at
Correct.
the at the property. What about credit requirements? I know that you said that the debt to income ratio is very similar to like conventional product. What
Yeah.
about like credit scores? Are those higher? Are they lower?
No, they like to see a 640 or higher.
Okay, so similar to like FHA.
And the thing is that they're not as liberal on the debt ratio, though. Like I said, max ratio is like 45%. FHA, you can go up to 56%. So, in FHA, you can go down to like a 580 credit score. So, because they're not putting any money down, they are going to be a little bit more strict on the credit. Like, they don't like to see open collections, open charge-offs. If you have that, they may ask you to pay it off. Because you're getting zero down, it's a higher risk loan from the lender.
Now, I know that there's obviously a map as to what areas are considered, but what would you say, like, what type of properties would you say that are considered rural? Like, is it generally properties like that are over an acre? Is it properties that are over 6 acres?
No, that doesn't matter as long as it's in the map. It's okay. It could be a tract of land, or it could be 5 acres on a house. Like I said, it has to be single family. It cannot be, multifamily.
And then, what does the process look like? Like, let's say that I find a house that does qualify for the USDA loan, and let's say that I see on their website that I do meet the restrictions as well too, meaning, or not the restrictions, the qualifications. Is that process for like a very standard, like 30 to 45-day type of escrow? Does this loan take a little bit longer? Are there any extra steps, like
Yeah.
other than a traditional loan? Like, do we have to almost like down payment assistance loans? You have to get a second separate approval with CHDAP or some of these other products.
Yeah, it does take longer. It takes about 45 days to close. The other thing is that after the lender's done with the loan, they have to send it to the state for approval. So that's why it takes longer to close, because the state, the USDA state agency, also has to approve it too. So like, if we approve and do the loan in California, the lender's done and they ship it to USDA California, and then they review everything. It takes them a week or two to finalize everything, and then you can close. You can't close until the state signs off on it.
Anything else that you think that we should know about the USDA product, or anything else that you think that we're missing? I mean, it seems pretty straightforward. If you go on the website, which we're going to drop a link below, Angelo is going to be kind enough to send that to us. You see if you qualify. On that website, it sounds like the county limits are on there as well too. Anything else that you think that we should be aware of?
And here's the thing, you're not going to know for sure if you meet the qualifications. That's why you check with your lender. Like if I was your lender or my office, we would go through everything and check to make sure that you qualify. But the biggest thing is, I think a lot of people have a misconception about USDA that it's for farm and ranches. This is for homes that are single family homes and new developments, new communities, but they're just a little bit outside of the major cities. So the biggest thing I would say, just make sure that you meet the qualifications with your income, your credit, the location. Take time to study the map on USDA's website, because a lot of people, they think, oh, I can just get 100% financing, I can buy anywhere, and it's not true. If the map shows that property is not eligible, you cannot get USDA financing. Okay, so, and if you can't use it in a major metropolitan area, because the funds are there by the government to grow rural communities. Okay. So, so that's an important thing. I say, take the time to study the website, make sure it's going to work for you. And then if you do want to get approved for a USDA, reach out to somebody that's an expert in that space. If somebody does not do USDA, they don't know anything about it, I would not mess with that lender or that agent, because they could lead you down the wrong path and just waste a lot of time. You really want to deal with somebody that really understands the process and they know how to qualify you and close those type of deals.
And it sounds like you guys do them nationwide. So if somebody saw value in this video, they could actually reach out to you. And once again, where can people find you if they wanted to get in contact with you as well?
We're open 7 days a week. Call or text us 832-431-6331, or go to our website, officialangelochristian.com. Either way, and one of our team members will gladly help you and discuss what we can help you out.
For all of our viewers, we had Angelo Christian. He is a loan officer / mortgage broker. He specializes in the USDA loan product. I strongly believe that this is a great product. Obviously, if the property qualifies, one of the adjustments that we're going to do is, as a listing agent, we're going to start running all of our properties by the USDA website or the government website to see if they qualify for it. If they qualify for it, then we're going to start marketing them that way, because think about it. If you can get 100% financing for a property and maybe even build some of your closing costs into the financing, there's no reason why you can't become a homeowner. Last question. Do these types of loans have mortgage insurance as well too, or no mortgage insurance?
They do have mortgage insurance, but it's so like FHA has 0.85, which is, kind of moderate. USDA is actually less. It can be anywhere from 0.35 to 0.5. So much cheaper mortgage insurance than FHA, more in line with like conventional mortgage insurance. So like say that every 100,000 you might spend $35 a month on mortgage insurance.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. For our viewers, if you have enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you feel that this interview added value, make sure to hit that share button and go ahead and send it to them. Thank you, Angelo.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Everyone's a thumbs up to Jose.
Thank you, man. Appreciate your time. Great day.